Hello, and welcome to another episode of Say Less. I am your host, Leslie Ann, and I have a wonderful guest that's going to join me today. Now, we go way, 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 way back, teenage years, if I can remember. She used to do my hair back in the day. This is how I remember on a shop on 6 Mile here in Detroit. So we kind of grew up together. But what I've noticed lately, I'll let her come on and tell her story, but what I noticed lately is that she has been into fitness. So I've been watching her closely, and every time I watch her, it makes me smile because she's a hairstylist, okay? And so remember why I created this platform for everyday people to come on and share their fitness journeys, no matter who they are. And so, like I said, she's a hairstylist, but she has been knocking on that fitness door and has been going at it pretty hard. And I am excited. So when I was doing my list of guests this year, that was one of the people that I wrote down, probably one of the top 5 people that I wrote down because like I said, everybody can't relate to my story, which is bodybuilding. Now I'm powerlifting. And so it kind of turn people off because, they'll follow, but it's like, okay, I'm not doing that. But when I bring on everyday people who are hairstylists, for one, who are attorneys, who are grocery store clerks, trash people, truck drivers, they are just regular, everyday people who take care of their health. So I am praying to God today that her stories inspires the next hairdresser because I've kind of worked in that field a little bit myself, and my sisters were stylists. And I just know how you can get in the throes of your day, be busy, client after client after client, and you haven't eaten. You're standing on your feet, so I guess you're getting your steps in. But I think when it comes to hairdresser, it's not 9 times out of 10 is probably the diet that they would probably have the hardest at. But again, I'll let her tell that story. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Marquita. Welcome her to the stage, y'all. I told y'all next time I'm having my clap button. I got to get that sound feature. But until then, what's going on? How are you?
I
I'm
am
gonna
super
lipstick on my
duper.
teeth. Good. Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So yeah, hairdresser, 31 years
What?
this year, right? It doesn't seem like it's been that long because I've enjoyed every step of the journey. But
You
yeah, I
started
started
when?
right out of high school. I was a sophomore in college. I was at
Mm-hmm.
UAB Mercy, and actually I started accidentally. I grew up in a family of people who just knew how to take care of their hair. It was second nature to me. And I just
Mm-hmm.
styled my hair off, and I got a lot of compliments on my hair. And I just took it, with a grain of salt. Thanks. This
Right,
is what
right,
I
right.
do. This is how I show up in the world. And I was working the summer program work study in the financial aid office. And I had become friends with a lot of ladies in the office. And one of the ladies wanted to do a transformation hairstyle. And so I told her I would bring in some of my hair books so she could pick out a hairstyle. She probably had shoulder length, just
Mm-hmm.
straight hair. And she wanted to try like that Tony Braxton, Halle Berry
Ooh.
pixie. So I
Mm-hmm.
brought the books in, and she's flipping through the books, and I'm just over her shoulder, just looking, and she's going, I like that. I was like, I can do that. She go to another picture. Oh, I like that. I can do that. And she's like, well, do it then. Okay. So literally, she came to my house. I was staying at home with my mom at the time. My mom, my sister, and my brother. And my setup was so crude. I
Mm-hmm.
literally went to the beauty supply, got a box relaxer,
The box
The
relaxer.
box relaxer brought Ultra Sheen. I never forget. Brought her to my house. We sat at the front dining room table in like a spinning office chair. I did like the big chop dramatic, just grab the ponytail and chop it, hand her
Uh-huh.
the ponytail. I still do that to this day.
And the people their hair back.
Right, like lots of love. Here you go, donate. Chopped it, look, chopped and screwed, chopped it off, cut it up, put the relaxer on. I actually shampooed her hair out in my bathtub because I didn't have any other hose.
Back in the day, that's what we did. Back in the
That's what
day,
we
we
did.
did hair
Kitchen
at
sink,
home.
whatever, wherever you can get your water
Right.
supply. But anyway, I had a handful of Marcells that my mom had left over from when she was in college at Wayne State. So these Marcells are like 20 something years old. I style it up, curl it up. She goes back to work the next day, and everybody's like, that little girl did that.
Little girl.
Started giving out my number, making makeshift little cards, handing them out to people, and the rest they say is history. I've been styling ever since.
31 years. How? 31 years and you only 35.
That's my point, right? Like child prodigy. What can I say?
Stop doing here. Y'all, she was and I remember telling Dorcas and Rollo, and I told her I was bringing you on. I'm like, Marquita was Detroit's finest. You remember how you had to book like months out before for you?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
had to, if you got in, got your hair done by Marquita, first of all, you knew it was her. She had a distinct style. You just knew it was
yeah.
her. And the experience was wonderful because I remember going when you were in the barbershop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was
Noonies.
half barbershop. And then she had her chair. So I was getting the best of both worlds. Get to hear what the
Right.
men talking about. We talking about. Thought it was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But you had your own distinct style. That's what I loved about you. And
Thank
that's
you.
why she was Detroit's finest and she stayed booked.
Yep.
She stayed booked.
Yeah.
And so now she has wiggled her way into my world.
Yes.
Now, tell me what inspired you to start your fitness journey.
I have 5 different versions of one story. Oh my goodness. I have always been the skinny kid growing up. My mom was skinny, I was skinny, my sister was skinny. We were just a skinny kid. And so it was never an issue of trying to lose weight
Mhm,
or to, yeah, it was never about losing weight. It was just
mhm.
about shifting my body positivity because I was always so self-conscious about being super skinny my whole life. Nothing I could do about it. I'm thankful for it now at 50. Then I don't have an issue. But back in the
Right.
day, I wanted nothing more than to gain weight. So I
Mhm.
tried everything, all the old wives' tales, all the things people told you to do. I was eating all day, desserts, all the wrong things, and I just couldn't gain the weight. And so I just was like, you know what? It is what it is. And it wasn't actually until I got pregnant with my son. I was 29. I had him right before my 30th birthday. And I put on maybe 30 pounds my whole pregnancy. Not a big deal. I was following my doctor's orders not to eat for 2, but to eat for 1 and a fetus, which is a little bit extra with your food. She literally told me an extra ounce of food an extra ounce with your servings is all you need to provide nutrition for the baby, not a whole second plate. So I didn't have a lot of the weight
Oh,
gaining issues.
well, that's the reason why I gained 60 pounds.
Yes, yes, yes. So she gave me the example. She said, you have a meal, maybe like a couple of chicken wings, some corn, and mashed potatoes. She
Mm-hmm.
said, the baby's portion is just another scoop of potato, not a second plate, not
Doctor,
3
explain
more
that to me.
wings. So I managed to keep my weight under control, but I still put on weight. I went
Okay.
from a dress size about 4 to an 8. And if
That's
you
like
knew me
big
back
for
then,
you.
that was a big deal. I felt like a
Hmm.
big girl.
Size 8. And that is, people are striving to be a size 8.
That part. So I went from a B cup to a D cup. I couldn't handle the boobs. It was just more of me than I could handle. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when first time I realized that, yeah, let me be grateful for the size 4 that I was. And I went on a nutritional diet because of my C-section. I couldn't exercise. That was all I could walk, but and walking just made me hemorrhage. So I literally just had to sit. So I had to
Wow.
figure out another way to get the weight off of me. And my mom gave me a diet book, which was really a lifestyle book. And it had the 10 commandments of foods not to eat. And
Mm-hmm.
so I did a 14-day detox, which was just like a gut cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started preparing whole food meals at home. I stopped
Mm-hmm.
eating fast food. I cut out white rice, white bread, white sugar, most canned goods, refined foods, all the junk that, standard American diet that makes us fat and unhealthy. I cut it out. And I think I never forget, I started at Thanksgiving. And by February, Valentine's Day, I had gone from a size 8 to a 2
So
with
you
just
lost
the
all
nutrition
of your
intake.
pregnant weight
I was
and got
skinty,
smaller and got.
skinty, so much that I scared people. They were like, she's smoking that.
This is post baby, right?
I'm
So
sorry.
this is post baby, right?
This was post baby. Yeah,
So
Bryce
you
was
were
not even a year
smaller.
old. So I was
Wow.
smaller after than I was before I ever
Before you
got pregnant.
gained.
Just that's how much weight I lost. So right then I knew the power of nutrition as far as managing your weight and keeping you
Oh
healthy.
yeah.
So I was super excited about that. But then I was able to get into exercising. And the reason why I chose weight training specifically goes back to high school. I've always been a tomboy, but not necessarily athletically inclined, if that makes sense. Like I would roll up my sleeves and, play kickball or run around a little bit, but I never joined team sports or anything like that. I didn't have the coordination for it. But senior year, in order to graduate, you have to fulfill a PE requirement. So I waited literally until like the last semester of my senior year to take gym. And the gym, right, the gym teacher, we had a new gym teacher because the former one was the high school basketball coach. And so all he ever had people do was basketball drills. And I was like, yeah, no way I'm doing that. I can't walk at you. Go. No way I'm going to dribble a ball or do
Can't
up and
walk.
down the court. Like, no. So the new coach came in and started what I call like an around the world tour. He took us through all the disciplines 2 weeks at a time. And so we did 2 weeks in, say, tennis, say, basketball, say, we didn't have a football team, so I don't think we did football, golf, volleyball, and then we did the weight room.
Fell in love. This was back in high school?
Now, you know how they always tease women about how we go hard on leg day? When we got in the gym and I did a leg press and I think I outpressed all the boys.
What?
Don't tell me I wasn't fly. I said, oh, it's something I'm good at naturally. Oh, this is it right here. So that's when the bug bit me. I was like, I can do the gym. I don't sweat as much. They got the air going. I got the music. Everybody's in their tight little outfits. This is So, later on, I ended up the gym at school, college. And then I joined a gym in Detroit. I can't think of the name of it now because I don't know if it still exists, but I know it was over near Grand River and Southfield, Finkel, where they all meet up.
Grand River, that corner of Grand River when Grand River Finkel Cross.
It was a gym over there.
Was it Fitness USA? No.
Yes.
Fitness USA?
So I joined the gym. I went in, they give you a trainer for the first day and then you just go at it. And that's when it started for me. I was working out. I moved into an apartment in Royal Oak, so I would jog 2 miles a couple times a week. And I felt great, I looked great. And that's where the journey started. I only stopped the gym. I actually got into a bad car accident. And this is back when I was in Straight Gate. And I fractured a vertebrae in my spine. And I couldn't lift. So I was discouraged, but I could still walk. I could still run. So I continued on with that. Yeah. So that's really when the bug hit me. So that was
I had no idea you was doing all that in high school. Who knew? So you already had the journey. Life happened. Life and it stopped.
Yep.
When did you start? Recently. So how recently have you been on your journey?
Okay.
It's been over a couple of years, right?
It's been a few years. Yeah. Pre-COVID, right? Pre-COVID. I didn't put it on social media so people weren't aware, but it started pre-COVID. Probably around 2019 is when I got back into the gym consistently. I dated a gym rat.
That helped.
And that was a part of our date night. And the gym was 24 hours. And he would say, hey, meet me at the gym. And so I get dressed and we go over to the gym and, I take a machine or a free weight or follow his program. And you could add a person to your membership. So he added me to his membership. And that's just when I started being more consistent in the gym. That was 2019. Now, when COVID hit and I was not an essential business as a hairdresser, I had to shut down and I got nervous. I'm like, what am I going to do? And that's when I had the bright idea. Now you're going to laugh at this, that I learned about like bulking and then cutting, right?
Okay.
There was a fitness influencer whose body type I absolutely adored. And I think her name is it Nikki Robinson?
Yes, fair skin girl. Is she
Mm-hmm.
fair skin? Nikki Robinson.
She's
Big thighs,
the
quads.
thighs, the
Bingo. She always known for
thighs.
them. Always has always been known for them legs. She's
Man, I
my
said,
inspiration too. I'd be looking like, how she grow her thighs that huge.
it makes no sense. They are amazing. So I took her body type as that was my goal. I was like, as much as this
Mm-hmm.
skinny body can get into that, that's what I'm going to do.
What we
So I'm
gonna do?
following workouts, I'm doing all the things. And then, like I said, COVID hits and we're sheltering in place. And I lived around the corner from a Trader Joe's. So I had the
Mm-hmm.
bright idea that as part of my exercise, I would just walk every day. So instead of going out and shopping like everybody else did, I would buy my meals one at a time. I'd walk and then come home and cook and prepare meals for the day. And the gym was probably one of the first things to open back up, even before work opened up. The gym opened up.
Yeah. Mhm.
Please let
Sure.
me back in.
Sign up. It was some gyms that never closed. Look, here
Well, I
never
always did
closed.
close, but very, very temporarily. And when it opened back up, I ran like, please put me on the roster. I'm in there in the mask, whatever I got to do, social distancing, I don't care. I got to get back in there because this is what I need to
Mm-hmm.
do. But back to my point of the bulking and then the cutting, the only thing I could think to do to put on weight, because my nutritional goals had been set, like I wasn't going to go back to eating crap, but I had the bright idea. One of my clients was a vegan chef
Okay.
and she made the most delicious pound cakes.
A vegan pound cake?
So I ordered like a pound cake every 2 weeks and I ate pound cake around the clock. And because it was vegan, it wasn't as guilty as a regular pound
So
cake.
you bulked on vegan pound cake.
Yep, 20 pounds.
Are you serious?
So serious. I went from 145 to 165.
We're gonna have to try that out. Vegan, and you're right, because it's vegan and you're not gonna expect it's not gonna be like your regular pound cake.
Yeah, so they
Fatty.
swap the ingredients out. Instead of eggs, she maybe use applesauce, organic sugar, organic oats. All the different ingredients were organic and more
And it was
natural.
moist, like it
Oh,
was firm, and
delicious.
I can't believe it. It's so hard to believe. You had a cake without butter,
Vegan butter, but it still worked.
cake without like real sugar.
No, it's real sugar. It's just organic sugar. So instead of it being the white refined sugar, it's like the brown crystals that they use. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Delicious. I loved it.
And you put on
And it
20
got me to my
pounds.
20-pound goal.
Now, y'all, if y'all not listening, this is very rare for women. Women don't have a goal, say, a goal of gaining weight. It's a very small percentage.
Yeah.
But when you have a skinny mini that's all their life,
Mm-hmm.
she had a different goal. So her goal was to put on weight
Yeah.
and then go from there. So
Yeah.
are you at your goal weight, or are you trying to bulk up a little bit more?
No,
What's the
no.
next goal?
I did try to go up a little more. And you know
Uh-huh.
what came with that little bit more?
Fat.
A belly.
Yeah.
And this chick has had a flat stomach her whole life. Whether I'm a size
Yes.
2 or a size 8, the stomach was flat. And that time around, I got up over 170, just a matter of 5 or 6 pounds, but it seemed like it was all in the middle.
Yeah.
No thanks. So I dropped back down and I'm holding at 165. I teeter between,
165.
yep, that's right. I'm 5'8", I weigh 165. So that's a good place for me right now.
That's actually a good one. That's actually my competition weight for powerlifting.
Ooh,
But
okay.
since I kind of stay at 165 off season, 165 to 170. But lately, going through this whole perimenopause thing, it's a whole bunch of stuff that was going on in my body, and I felt like, let me pull back on the weight a little bit to see if that
Mhm.
helped. So my joints and they were aching every day.
Yep.
And so I started to do the intermittent fasting. I came down
Mhm.
18 pounds from then.
Ooh,
And I
wow.
feel much lighter. Like I'm 153 now.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I just feel lighter. And
Mhm.
I do all of my workouts on an empty stomach. And I'm still hitting PRs. I'm still, so I think it's different stroke for different folks. But with that perimenopause and not sleeping, and you already know, I just felt like if I'd have lost a little bit weight, would that make me feel better? And it did.
It
It
did. It
did.
does. It does. Yeah.
It does.
That's currently where I am with that. I'm in the throes of perimenopause. I actually had a hysterectomy 7 years ago. So my indicators look a little differently. Where most women
Mhm.
look to their period stopping. Well, I don't have one, so I couldn't count on
Right.
it, you know. So I'm the first thing I noticed was the joint pain. And I really thought I was injuring myself in the gym because I would
Mm-hmm.
just get aches. My knees
Mm-hmm.
went first, and I said, oh, wait a minute.
Take care of them
Oh,
knees, y'all. You only get two of them. Take care
exactly.
of them.
So the knees went first and then my left shoulder. And I said, oh, the devil is a liar. We got to fix this.
Mm-hmm.
And I started doing a deep dive into perimenopause and the symptoms and how it just looks different for every woman. So
Yes.
the usual suspects, like I was waiting for hot flashes. My body temperature is fine, no hot flashes.
Me
But
either.
those
I don't
joint
have them.
aches, baby,
I'm t-
couldn't handle it. So I
that
had
was
to
me.
adjust my weight. And then I had to talk to different trainers too,
Okay.
because working with young male trainers was
Mm-hmm.
different. I had to talk to mature female trainers because
Mm-hmm.
I knew they were in the place in life where they could say, okay, I'm there too. This is what you're
Yes.
going to do differently. Let's
Mm-hmm.
push in these joints. Let's change what your workouts look like. So um, that's been a journey all by
Now,
itself.
have you found that your diet plays a role in how you feel during menopause as well?
Absolutely. So at this point, I wouldn't necessarily say journaling on paper, but making a
Mm-hmm.
mental journal of
Mm-hmm.
how foods make my body feel. So
Good,
I've
good.
definitely decreased carb intake and I'm
Okay.
more vigilant about my protein and veggie
Mm-hmm.
intake.
Okay.
Um, the sweets, like that pound cake I talked about,
You said you over it. We done. Thank you for getting me
sweets
where I
for
need to
me,
be.
fruits, kiwis, pineapples,
Okay.
peaches, like I stick to fruit to meet that sweet tooth demand that I have. And yeah, for I long since cut out, about to say sodas. Where am I? Pop.
You from Detroit? Come on, Detroit. We do say pop here. What you talking about?
Like, I've
For
been
the
in North
sake of my
Carolina
show,
too
we
long.
drink pop. It was pop.
We
Okay,
drink
forget
pop.
that stupid soda. Do you
So
say gym shoes or
water,
tennis shoes?
I don't wear either one. I still say gym shoes, you know what I mean?
Gym
Because
shoes.
all
That's
I
all I
wear are
needed you to
flats.
say. Gym shoes.
Yeah. And definitely wear gym shoes. My Adidas trainers or my runners. That's it. But coffee is a staple, but I've decreased the amount of cream and sugar I use, and I cut out alcohol recently, and that was a game changer. Because I wasn't an
Alcohol.
alcoholic now, but I had a cocktail or two and my margaritas. People know if you look on my social media, I'm always posting a margarita. Taco
Marquita
Tuesday, let's get
margarita.
it in. Yeah, Marquita margarita. So I put down alcohol. That was as of my last birthday when I turned 49. Cold turkey. I said, just not gonna do it. It's not adding to me. So
Okay.
by default, it's subtracting from me. So I just cut it out.
So how often were you intaking alcohol on a
Um,
weekly basis? Just say.
if I go out 2 or 3 times a week, I'm having 2 cocktails. So on average,
Okay.
I was having probably 6 to 8 cocktails a week. Yeah,
So I tell
that's a
people they're
lot of
just
sugar.
yeah, it's a lot of so I say empty calories, and that always triggers people like, what do you mean empty calories? It's
Hmm,
sugar. You're
you're
taking
sure?
in a whole bunch of calories, you're drinking a whole bunch of empty calories, no
Mhm.
nutritional value,
None.
no nothing. So I don't knock people who do it. I'm a social drinker, meaning every blue moon.
Yeah,
I don't keep it in the house. I don't do nothing. If I
right.
go out, that's even if I want it when I go out. I don't know. They ain't never been my nemesis. They ain't been my hookup.
No,
Never had to
not
get that up.
really.
But have you noticed what differences in your body have you noticed when you gave up alcohol? Just alcohol, nothing else. Have you noticed a significant difference? Did you lose any weight when you gave up the alcohol?
I lost that belly.
Belly went down. So we're gonna attribute the belly to the alcohol. You was
Well,
getting
the
the beer
the
belly.
excess calories, yeah, whatever beer belly. Yep, okay, wine belly, beer belly, whatever. But yeah, I've been able to get my stomach under control. Sleeping better,
Mm-hmm.
clarity of thought the day after because I was a tequila and a wine drinker, and so that
Mm-hmm.
day after, whew, it was rough.
Headache,
So
hungover.
yeah, not a good look, not a good feel. So yeah, just eliminating that, just sobriety. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. I'm happy
Nice.
here.
Awesome. That's so good. Good for you. Y'all can give it up if you really want to do it, you can. It's not hard. Just do it. Now I see on your video, she has a son, y'all. Handsome. Handsome, handsome.
What's that sign?
And he stayed on her head. They work out together. I thought
He's
it.
actually in school for that. He's studying kinesiology. He wants to be a professional. Exactly.
Now, did that happen while, did he change it? Did he always know he was going to do that? Or it happened when he started working out? You guys were working out together.
He's always been, we started him in sports at 3 years old, soccer.
Hmm.
And so his entire life, he's been athletically inclined. And
Okay.
in his own words, he felt like his purpose, he felt like he wanted to be a professional trainer because he wasn't afforded the opportunity to be trained by professionals, just concerned dads and grandpas who
Right.
volunteered, you know.
Hmm.
And he felt like he could have taken his career or his personal goals throughout, you know, middle school and high school further if he had been trained by someone professional.
Yeah.
And so the best way to change the world is to be the change you want to see in the world. And so that's what
Awesome.
inspired him to do it. He's like, well, when I do it now, I can give them not just the benefit of goodwill, but from actual experience. I've been an
Hmm.
athlete since I was 3 years old, you know,
Right.
studying in college. I'm actively doing it. And so this is how I can contribute and give back to it. So
That is so awesome. Now he's in school for it.
he's
Start him
absolutely
off
in school for
young. Start
it.
him off young.
Yes,
You
yes,
said
yes,
three.
yes.
Ethan started. What's going on? Hold on. Turn this mic down. Ethan started soccer at 3.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's not because I'm athletic. I just feel like you need to do something and get out of my face. So need to get you involved in something. But now I think after that first year, it was like, oh, okay, you like good at this.
Yes.
And even as a 3-year-old, as a mother, you're like, no, I ain't being biased because it's my son. I'm like, you can kick that ball. And I remember his coach telling him that he has a good leg on him. And
Yes.
he's been in soccer ever since.
I
When I
love
say
it.
he loves it.
I
I
love it.
just signed him up because they're getting ready to start a spring session again.
Okay.
But he loves soccer. And I'm hoping that it's something that it carries on like your son throughout his teenage years,
Mm-hmm.
leading into adulthood. And he's
Mm-hmm.
become the world. I want him to be a professional soccer player.
Oh,
Me
okay.
personally. I want him to make
Okay.
money. Forget
Yeah.
the weight room. Go make some money on the field. You make more money over there. Stay out of my arena. Yeah, but getting your kids involved, that's so cool. When I see your son, I'm like, he has, when I look at it, I say to myself, that's his shero. He looks up to you. That's a good thing. For real, that's a
It
good
is. It is.
thing.
It is. Yeah, I'm
Awesome
one of the
thing.
cool moms, so I appreciate
Yes, you
that.
are. You're a cool mom and you can work out and you strong like him too. So did you guys ever in the gym like, okay, let's see who's the strongest on this? Is it some lifts that you do heavier and than him and vice versa? No?
I've
Not
gotten
the leg
close.
press?
That's where I've gotten close. That's where I've gotten close. And then that knee took me out. Oh, so I got to catch up with him now because he's been consistent. Because his last 2 or 3 years in high school, he joined the track team. So he
Okay.
just
Took off
said,
on
okay,
strength.
well, I do what I can. Now, I tell you what, though, we did hammer curls. And I think I held the same weight as him for the whole set. I was like, yeah.
Like this the whole time. Uh-huh. That's what you uh-huh. Uh-huh. You should have recorded that. So we're gonna record this and I'm gonna play this. Anytime you want to act up, always remember. I
Yes.
get it. I get it. I'm going to ask you now one of my fitness questions, and I wrote on this one. It's pretty much open-ended fitness
Okay.
question. How do you? And I'm gonna get into this one. I'm gonna move this and transition. Approach fitness as a way to improve your mental health and well-being.
Hmm. For me personally, that mind body connection allows me to filter out all the noise.
Hmm.
I go into the gym and I literally shake off at the door whatever is bothering me. And when I'm in that gym, I have a singular focus. And even while I'm focusing in, like you say, the mind muscle connection, it just gives me such clarity of thought that even if something comes to mind, I'm able to think through it more clearly because my mind is always racing. It never turns off.
Of course.
Be it my Virgo, oldest child, I don't know, whatever the issue, ADHD, I don't know. But I can never turn the brain off. But while I'm in there, I can turn it off and I can focus on things. So I do a little bit of problem solving while I'm working out too. But it's just, I call it my therapy because it literally allows me to push out of my body what's been stored up inside. You know, some people scream, some people dance, some people do things. For me,
Yeah,
that push still, that pull on the
that's
weight allows
yeah.
me to just literally physically exhaust it and get it out, sweating it out my pores. And when I leave, I do a selfie before I start. And that's what I always post on Facebook and social media, like that, And then when I
Check
go back,
in.
yeah, when I go back to wash my hands and retrieve my belongings, I take another look at myself and I'm just like, yeah, you did that. You
You
pushed
did it.
through and now
Isn't
you
that
can
a
go
good
out and
feeling? Such a
handle the
good
world.
feeling.
If you can do that, then life, yeah, you got that. Let's
Easy.
go.
It's, I tell people all the time. I'm like, if you can handle your business in the gym, outside of that, I feel like everything else don't even matter or is not as big as
Not as
weight
big.
training to me. And you
Yeah.
can handle anything.
Yeah.
You go in there and put in an hour's work of work something, or you got over 400 or 500 pounds on the leg press, 700 pounds. What can life do at that point?
Exactly. Yeah. And I
If
have
you
those
can
little
handle,
conversations in my head too. Like I could kick a house in if I had to. So with the
I ain't that
apartment too, there'd be the strongest one out there.
to kick a whole house down. I can kick your front door down, literally,
I'm a
and it's a
survivor.
break.
I would press on. I would push on. I would be all right.
Now,
Yeah.
how has being a hairstylist,
Mhm.
how do you commingle the two? Like I was saying in the beginning, I only can assume by being an ex hairdresser that diet and nutrition would be a problem. Not a problem,
It can be.
something I would struggle with. You know what I mean? Because when you get in the throes of doing hair and you got
Mhm.
client back to back, when do you have time to eat? You just
So
push
that's
that
where
hunger to the side?
no, that's where discipline comes into play. And that's discipline is the name of the game in the gym. So it translates into other areas of your life if you lead with that same energy.
Say that
So
again. One more time for the people in the back. One more time. One more time.
it
Because people don't
translates
believe
into
me.
everything because you lead with that energy. But um, planning out your meals, like intermittent fasting, that's what I do now. I break my fast at 2 in the afternoon,
So what's your window eating? What's your window for
two
eating?
to six, 2 to 7, somewhere around there.
Okay, so you're doing a 24. You do 20 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, I've done that a couple times by
Yeah.
default because I'm
Mhm.
too busy and I'm like my window is 12 to 8.
Okay. Okay.
But
Yeah.
sometimes if I'm in the throes and stuff, I won't eat until 4. It'll just be 4 to
Mhm.
8.
Yeah.
You
Now the weekend is the only time that's flexible because I'm off 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I plan my meals out a little. I stretch them out a little more. I still don't eat more than twice a day. I don't do
okay?
the 3 square meals. That's nonsense. So for
Okay.
me, I'll get in all my calories in between that 2 to 6, 2 to 7 window. But like on the weekends, like today is Sunday, I woke up and I had a chicken breast and a salad. But
Hmm.
I won't eat again until football time tonight. But I'll
Because
be
it's
sure
time.
that it's still more of a
How dare you
protein-based
fast
meal.
on this? How dare you fast during the Super Bowl? Like, you gotta have something to eat.
But yeah, back to the work portion of it. Incorporating that discipline into my work. Like, I'm self-employed, so I set my schedule. That's the
Mhm.
blessing behind that. So I decide, every day at 1 o'clock, I take a break anyway. So that's my opportunity to stop and put some food in my body
Okay.
and be consistent with my food choices. I meal prep. I do most of my cooking Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and I put them in containers and I take it to work. Or if I DoorDash something that has a higher nutritional value. I don't
Yeah.
DoorDash burgers and fries and nonsense like that. But being a hairdresser and just watching, and that was interesting thing because people assume because we're on our feet all day that we're fit. Oh no, because most of the time we're standing still. Your distance between your bowl and your station is all the steps you get in. So you have to be
Right.
more intentional about that. I've
Hmm.
seen some overweight hairdressers, so it's not a default setting that they're going to be healthy or lean. That's not the truth. You have to be purposeful about it. So I get in more steps. I go outside. I take in the sun in between clients to get actual sunlight on my face and on my
Right.
body. I have a water station, so I'm drinking spring water throughout the day. A little coffee to
But you
keep
made your coffee with water, so it counts.
it counts.
It
Yes,
counts.
yes. It's a bean soup, if you will.
Uh-huh.
And I just keep that focus throughout my day. I'm intentional about the way I stand, the way I hold my tools, so that I
Good.
don't injure myself. I don't lean forward like I do the squat. I squat all day long because to get like what we call the kitchen, you drop it down low. I pump that chair up and I get into a sumo squat and hit those back little curls. When I'm at the bowl, I'm in there, and that's my bicep tricep workout again.
Turn this whole thing. You say, what muscles am I working?
Listen,
Yeah.
what? I put my back leg on the seat and do some drops, do some lunges. So all day long, I'm in there
You doing
getting a
something. You
workout.
just
Yeah,
moving.
absolutely.
So you have turned into a fit rat, a gym rat,
I love it. I
a
own that title
fitness.
with pride.
You are a fit chick. You're a
Yeah.
certified fitness girl. Good for
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Good
I
for
claim it. I
you. That
love
is so good. I'm loving it too. I'm like,
it.
wow, you like really doing the dang on thing. How
Mhm.
has your fitness life influenced others around you?
Now that was the part that I've always been a bit of a perfectionist. I don't like to present a thing until I feel like it's been polished and shiny and perfect. And I had to get over myself and realize that I owed people the benefit of the journey. They need to see the bloopers, the mistakes, sometimes the inconsistencies,
Mm,
because that's real life and that's how people grow. Because if everybody just sees the finished product, they always assume they can't get there. But
right,
if they
right.
watch your journey and they see the mishaps, the mistakes, the mornings you just don't feel like it. Like I posted
Mm-hmm.
a video one day where I literally just got out of bed in rollers and did diamond push-ups because I just wasn't feeling the gym that day. But it's like sometimes this is what fitness looks like. It looks like
It
doing push-ups
does.
in
It
your
ain't
rollers next
pretty.
to the bed.
It is, but the fact that you got out and did it is
Yeah.
what matters. It
Yeah.
is what matters.
Yeah.
And it's good you show people the journey because that's
Yeah.
what social media presents us is the perfect person, the perfect fitness influencer. But they don't show nobody getting out of bed with rollers in their head and and doing push-ups like I get
Get
it.
your steps in, do something. And so that's when I
I get it.
realized that this was beneficial. And it may not reflect on the page because not everyone's going to post under your comment, but my DMs are always like, girl, I see you. You're looking
Mm-hmm.
out. Or I started, or can I come with you? Will you be my trainer? And I'm like, hey, that's my disclaimer right there. I'm not a professional, but you can work out next to me and I'll keep you from getting hurt. But I can't necessarily tell you what to do with your body.
Uh-huh.
But just get in the gym. Just get here.
Yeah.
Get here. That's the first step. That's the hardest part. Just get in the building. From there, I'll recruit my team of trainers, get them over, get my hallelujah, amen corner. We'll cheer you on. And from there,
Right.
just take off. But you got to start somewhere. So for me, posting even just a selfie, or sometimes I'll put a video of the workout,
Mm,
it's a reminder that, yeah, regular folk do this. Like, there's no excuse. I'm a
regular folk
mom.
do
I own a
this.
business. I got stuff going on. I'm spinning on all cylinders, but I make time for me because I am my biggest investment.
And you make time for what's important to you. And if you are
Absolutely.
important to you, you're gonna make time for it.
You
I
absolutely
don't
will.
I don't get some excuses that people give me. I just look at them like and shake my head. What do
Yeah.
you mean? But I'm for real. I'm like, it ain't that important.
No.
That's why you finding it so hard to do. It's not important.
Yeah.
It's just, something you want to do, but I don't think you really want it. You just, you know what I mean? Because I can tell.
Yeah,
When people talk
absolutely.
to me, I'd be like, oh, she's not serious. And so I say in my head, she's not serious. She's not there
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
I can help you get there, but it's not even me. You still gotta want to get there.
You
Something
have
that
to.
you have to
Mhm.
do.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
happy that you just post, like I said, your videos and stuff. I have one client, she doesn't like for me to record her. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm not recording you to blast you all over social media. I want the everyday person to look at you and say, you the same body type. If she
Yep.
can do that, I'm sure I can. She's
Absolutely.
doing it.
Absolutely.
I'm like, this is why I record my clients, not to put y'all on blast, not to show
Mhm.
off or anything. It's educational purpose. I want people to
Absolutely.
feel like if she can do it, so can I.
Hmm. Hmm.
It doesn't matter. And she could be bigger, she could be smaller, but she's doing it. And I want people to see that. That's why I tell
Absolutely.
people, post your journey. You need to
Yeah.
post every day like me. No, this is what I do for a living. That's why I can post like that. But for
Exactly.
you,
Yeah. Yeah.
every now and then people need to say, okay, she's still with it. Now, do you feel like the days you don't put now, do you have people in your inboxes when I don't post for maybe 24 hours or 48 hours? People like, oh, you ain't work out today? Oh, I ain't see no videos. Like, I just was a rest day and I didn't feel like
Right.
posting today.
Yeah.
I have an arsenal of videos. It's just I don't feel like being on social media today.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So do you get that when people do not see any activity, fitness activity from you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
do. See, they
But they do
watch
it
you.
positively. They go,
Okay.
"You worked out today, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just didn't post." And they're like, "Okay," because I know
Okay.
he was in there.
And that lets you know that people are watching.
They
People
are.
watch you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
People watch you. I'm gonna
Hmm.
do another transitional question. Oh my
Okay.
God, I wrote some good questions. I should like pat myself on the back. Ah, so you don't have that. I talk to people. Ooh, this is one. How do you approach fitness as a way to improve your posture and prevent back pain? Because I know you said you had that accident.
Ooh, yeah.
And another thing, sidebar too, second question. Uh, um does that irritate you standing up on your feet all day? Your
It
car
actually,
accident injury?
no, not at all. The ironic thing about it is, even at this big age, I don't have back problems. I started developing shoulder problems from
Please.
my posture doing hair.
Oh, this.
So a lot of people didn't realize that that was why I made a transition from being an all things great hairdresser to just doing short hair, because it changes my hand and shoulder movements. Because having to do all that blow drying and
Oh,
silkening out the hair,
this. Yeah, shoulders.
when I get therapeutic massages, my shout out to my massage therapist Karen, she's always like, "Girl, your
Tight.
shoulders." I said, "Listen." She said, "That's right. You do hair. You do hair. You do hair."
She go to your
She's like,
shoulders
"Your
first.
shoulders are
Shoulders.
so tight." But listen, that's why I'm here. Work it out, girl. Work it out. Because that was the transition that I had to make from doing all the long hair and all the heavy lifting. I had to just be honest. I had a conversation with God many, many years ago. The scripture tells us that he blesses the work of our hands. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to be responsible with how I use my gifts and talents. So I am not going to overwork myself. I do not claim carpal tunnel. I do not claim lower back issues or any of those things, but I'm also smart and I hold my body right so that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
for
injure and
sure.
hurt myself. So yeah, working out in the gym back day is so important for me, because
Mm-hmm.
the two things I focus on, my two loves, the two body groups I love working the most, my back and my quads. I could be back in quads every session and be a happy camper. And y'all don't
I'm
have to touch nothing else.
I'm with you on the back. The quad, I can't right now because of my knees. I can't train quads. So anytime I train quads, it's more of a therapy. So it's not
Okay.
really a training because I have injuries. Getting ready to have surgery on 24th again on my other knee for a meniscus cleanup. So it's a little scope they doing. But I feel you on the back. Well, a woman with a beautiful back. It's a beautiful thing.
I got the
So you
tattoo too,
get it.
right? So
You get it. You said
sundress season, I be killing them.
killing them, don't you? I know you do. And people ask all the time, how did look at your back? They are so amazed. I'm like, get in the gym.
Get in the gym.
Get in the gym.
Hmm.
Get
Hmm.
in the gym. Get off the treadmill. Get off. And I think cardio, so I always say this, the heart is a muscle. It needs to be exercised.
Yeah.
That's what cardio is for.
Yeah.
But to shape your body, to
Hmm.
get that figure, it's weights.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yes. And I love dispelling that myth. So many of my clients are like, "Oh, I'm trying to lose weight. And once I lose weight, then I'll get in the gym." Excuse you? Get in the gym to lose the weight. Now, how do you get your cardio in? I said, leg day is also cardio for me, because the way I superset them squats, I'm in there sweating.
Yeah, that's cardio.
It
It's just
absolutely
cardio.
is,
You
because
said I
I
just
feel
squat.
my heart rate.
I just squat faster. That's cardio.
That's it. Yep. Yep.
Now, what do you do? What is give me a leg day? Just the two exercise. Your favorite two exercises that you superset with on leg day.
I'll go from a goblet squat to, and I don't know the term for it, but it's more of it's a sumo position, but you hold the weight lower and you kind of almost
So it's a
deadlift it.
sumo.
Okay,
It's a
it's a
sumo
sumo, but
squat.
it's the position of the weight. Instead of my goblet here,
Your goblet here.
which I do
You're
from top to
holding.
bottom,
So
I
you're
do
holding
it
the weight
from a
down here.
right. So, and
Legs
then
are
I
wide.
do that, and I actually, to me, I count gorilla rows as part of my leg day, because I get low as I can and hold that position while I do
Yeah,
my
for
gorilla.
sure. Because you have to stay low. You have to keep your
Yeah,
neutral spine, and you're gonna
yeah,
get glutes and hamstring work big
yeah.
time.
And then my leg press. I love leg press. That's the best to me. I start with that. After I warm up, I go straight into leg press. So
Nah, not my thing. I've just never been a fan of the leg press. Never. And I see
it's
people doing all the time. Like it's.
and that's where that was the first exercise I did in high school, where I out pushed everybody else, so that I immediately, because I could the stability. And then here's the thing too, because of my flexibility, I'm not afraid of losing control of the weight, because even if it crashes down on me, I'm flexible enough to hold it in place until someone comes and gets it off of me. So I
What?
was never worried about losing myself in that exercise. Where when
So
I do like
if
a back squat,
peradventure something happens, you can hold that press down until you get help.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, you strong.
Or like a back squat, where you put the weight on your shoulder. If
Mm-hmm.
that gets heavy, only thing I can do is throw it back because
Of
I can't
course.
stabilize it. But
Okay.
I'm afraid I'm gonna go back with it. But the leg
Back.
press, if it crushes down on me, I can hold my legs in that position and I haven't injured myself. So I'm just like, okay, give me a minute to recoup, or somebody come push this thing up and lock it for me. But
I'll be screaming bloody murder. No, yeah, you can have that machine. I'm gonna leave every time I walk past. I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm gonna let you do that. Least favorite exercise. Least favorite, but you have to do it, but you hate it.
oh,
That could be anybody part because you like training leg, quads, and back. So any shoulder,
probably like bench press or chest press.
anything chest, and
Yes,
go.
I hate chest day. I prefer to do chest day with machines that
Mm-hmm.
correct my
Your
form.
foreman, yeah,
Because when I do anything freehand, I'm just all
all
over
over the
the place.
place.
I can't, my stability.
And
And I
you're right.
don't have a goal for that either. I'm just trying not to die. But everything else, I have a weight goal for that I'm trying to meet.
Yeah, but
Because
bench
all I
is
can do
one of.
now, I can bench the bar. And I've been
Okay,
benching that bar for 5 years. That's so
girl, you
fun.
won't put 5 pounds on there.
That might be it. 5 on each side with a spotter. And my son knows he got to spot me when I put that 5 on there. And he'll push me because that's what I love about him. He'll push me. He's like, I got you, but we got to put more weight on there. And he'll say,
Oh,
just give me 5. And I'm like, okay, here go this. Yeah.
but you did it though. But you did
Did
it.
it.
But you
And then when
did
he's
it.
not there, I go back to the bar.
He ain't with you. I don't do the bar. I'm going back to the bar. The
Yep.
bar
Bar.
only. It
Yep.
takes a lot of balance and coordination to hold a bar laying
Absolutely.
on your back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I get it. I get it. But it has to be one of my favorite exercises is the bench press.
And believe it or not, I actually look at your videos to correct my form. I'm like, I'll go
Okay.
watch Leslie set up on the bench, like with the arch in your back. I'm like, oh, wait, oh, okay, okay.
I can live quicker. The 45 is easier now. Yes, bench has to be, but it does take a lot of balance and
Yeah,
coordination. If you don't have it, I never start my clients off on a bench press. Oh, they go machine first.
yeah,
Just the
yeah.
correct form and technique, and then we'll move to bench. But if I
Hmm.
want to bat and I want to challenge them, then I say we're going on bench. Well, I can't do bench. So what? You still need to be able to challenge and hold weight. That's going
Yeah,
to correct your core,
yes.
your coordination. You need that. The machines do it for you, but you have
Hmm.
to learn to do that on your own. That's how you get
Absolutely.
stronger.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. Least chest, girl. I do the chest for you. You do leg press. Deal. All right. We're going to move into one of my favorite games I like to play. And that is, I say one word, I want one word answer. I don't want a statement. I don't want a question. No, don't even say nothing. One word, one word, one word, one word. First word, target,
Oh, strength.
jump rope,
Incontinence.
yoga,
Peace.
popcorn.
Nervousness.
I got a sidebar. Why nervousness?
Long story
Popcorn?
short, popcorn?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to chew popcorn kernels when I got nervous.
Serious? Wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. Raw
Yeah.
kernels?
Oh, oh,
And you got all your teeth?
barely, but
You are kidding
I
me.
have an oral fixation since I was a kid. I bit my nails to the quick, and the only other thing that crunched that would satisfy that was popcorn. So I would just go grab a handful of popcorn and chew on it till my nails grew back, and then I go back to my nails. Yeah,
How do you chew on a popcorn kernel?
I could
I
show
can see
you.
macaroni because I used to eat raw macaroni.
That gets soft too quick because I tried that too. Imagine being in the kitchen trying to
Marquita, you
find out the
chew raw
crunchiest thing.
popcorn kernels.
Absolutely, the crunchiest thing without actually breaking the tooth. I wouldn't try it now. As a child, I could do it, but now I'd probably tear my teeth up. But yeah, popcorn, crunchy, nervous habit, nervous energy.
Let me get focused again. Um, Caffeine.
Dependency.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Um, Dynamic stretching. Two words, but it's one thing.
Necessity.
Donald Trump.
Sigh.
Everybody I say that to, they be like, Donald Trump. Last
Passport.
word. Um, Coffee. Girl, you
No.
better say best friend.
Now,
I cut right here too. Coffee, my best friend. Like my best friend. I drink mine black though. Drink it black.
if
I
it's
like
quality coffee, I can definitely drink it black.
I like to taste coffee. I don't want to
Yeah.
taste nothing else. I just like to
Oh my
taste
gosh, yes. So people are like, you have
coffee.
flavored creamer? That's a no, don't do that. You're
I like
drinking
coffee.
crappy coffee if you got to put all that crap in it. So
No,
yeah.
you're drinking a milkshake if you got to put all that in there. It's a milkshake. I tried coffee with creamer one time and that was the most disgusting thing ever. It was too sweet.
Okay, okay.
I think people drink coffee the way they're introduced to coffee. I was introduced to coffee at the
Absolutely.
age of 26, black, and I've been drinking it like that ever since.
Okay. I was introduced to it in elementary school with cream and sugar. So
In
yeah, I've been drinking.
elementary school, you are
Oh, I'm
full of
so serious.
surprises.
Oh, absolutely. I've been literally, my nickname in college was hot beverage because
Lying.
people were like, this heifer always got something hot in her hand. Middle of the summer. Me and my dad would drink. He had a garden in his backyard. And after church on Sunday, he lived around the corner from Straight Gate. I would stop by my parents' house and visit each one of them. And my dad would make a fresh pot of percolated coffee and pick something out the garden. And we would sit and eat the garden food and drink coffee every Sunday. And I never forget one Sunday he made iced coffee, and that was before it was a thing like at Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
And he got it already and handed it to me, and I was just like, "It's cold. This is an abomination. Coffee should be hot, but it's like 90 degrees in the summer." And he's
Yes.
like, "Well, I'm drinking iced coffee." I said, "Well, I'm going back to get mine out the pot. I drink hot coffee."
I'm a love. I can do the iced coffee only in the summer though. Summer
Can't stand
iced
it.
coffee, and then I go to Starbucks and can I get a tall iced coffee? No ice.
Oh,
I don't want no ice in it because it's gonna water the coffee down.
true,
Or
true,
if
true.
they put ice in it, as soon as I get it, I just scoop it out and set maybe three.
Okay, to
Because I
keep it
got
cool.
to, yes. But they got that new coffee now, and I tried that once. That was horrible. Nitro. You ever heard of
Yeah,
it?
that'll put hair on your chest. No, thank you.
Girl,
Mm-mm.
I drank. Chris told me, he said, Leslie, I'm telling you, if you had this thing, you're going to be up until next week. I'm like, you lying. I got one and I was driving. I remember I wanted to pull over on 94 and I said, I can run home. I don't even need to drive. The caffeine got shot to my head. I was like, I was jittery and
I
it
did the
didn't come
same
down
thing.
for like
Uh-huh.
7 hours.
Oh, mine lasted 2 days. I did it. I was hanging out with my sister in Royal Oak. We went to a restaurant, Memphis Smoke in Royal Oak. And there was a Starbucks next door. And I went and I said, give me the strongest thing you got. Cause I just got off work and I'm tired. I need to stay up. And he was like, I got you. And so I took it black and drank it. And I think I danced for hours at that little, just, I got up, went to work the next day. That
Still
was a
dancing.
Friday night. Saturday at work, I was wired. Like, bing.
How did you sleep? Did you even
I don't
sleep?
think I slept. I think I just laid down and waited for time to pass because I was wired no coffee for the next day. I don't think I had coffee again until maybe like Monday. Like, I'm never gonna do that again. That is
That's the
crazy.
strongest coffee I've ever. I ain't had it since. I don't need nothing
Nope.
that strong. I don't need nothing that strong. Like
Yep.
I stick with my black hot coffee. Give me a tall. Take me about 30 minutes to drink it because I don't like. And when my coffee cools down, do you do that too? I gotta have my coffee piping hot.
Yeah, put it goes back in the microwave
Go to
27
microwave.
times. Oh my gosh.
Uh, uh, I get you. I feel you on that. You said 27 times.
Yeah, my coworkers are like, is that your fifth cup of coffee? No, it's the
It's
same
the
cup.
same.
It keeps cooling off.
The same exact thing. My coffee got to be hot.
Gotta
Hot,
be
hot, hot.
hot.
One more thing. If someone's listening who's a stylist, anybody who wants to start a fitness journey, what would be two pieces of advice you would give them starting off their fitness journey?
Find find the exercise you can do without excuse.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me, that's literally getting out of bed and doing push-ups. Like find the one thing you can do, because you're always going to have a day where you just can't get to the gym or you can't get down to your studio.
Mm-hmm.
But do the one thing that goes with you everywhere. Like you're on vacation, you can still roll out the bed and do some sit-ups. So find the one thing that you know you can count on to kickstart that, and just start with that. Let that be, shape your journey around that one thing if you have
Mm-hmm.
to. Um, and if you have to, get an accountability partner or film
Yeah.
yourself. You know what I mean? Because that's what I started doing. I started taking pictures of myself and filming myself so that I could go back and see. Because sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
get discouraged and you think you're not making progress. And sometimes just going back and like looking at the weight stack and going, oh, wait, I was only doing 20 pounds. I can do 60 pounds now. Yes. Either an accountability partner or film yourself, either way,
Similar.
so that you have a record, something you can look at to say, yeah, I did that.
And I'm glad she said record yourself because y'all can record yourself. I think to me that's the biggest arsenal of your fitness journey that you can use to look back on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I record myself, not for y'all. Y'all just happen to get the residual of it. I record myself for my trainer because she don't live here. She needs to know
Okay,
my list. And I record myself for me.
absolutely.
I am, like you said, I am a perfectionist.
Mhm.
I would do an exercise over and over and over and over again till my former technique is right.
Okay,
I've
beautiful.
done it before. And my coach like, why did you do 8 sets? I'm like, because the eighth set was like the best. Because I was trying to, she's like, stop doing that. You're exerting too much energy. Why you do 8 sets of squats? I was only scheduled 4, but I
Yeah.
did 8 because every time I would feel myself, I was like, okay, you do that better. I
Mhm.
am a freak of nature when it comes to form and technique.
Yeah.
I preach it, I teach it. So recording yourself is key. If you can't get nobody to be there with you, get your phone out and record. Everybody's doing the gym, so don't feel like you were the only one doing it. Everybody's
Listen.
doing it. You go to
Yeah.
my gym, there's tripods everywhere.
Hmm, hmm.
Walking around like, oh, my bad. I'm like, everybody walking from my camera, I'm like, I can edit you out. It's all good. Just walk right
Exactly.
through. Because I don't even care. Excellent, excellent, excellent advice. Excellent advice. Hope you guys took heed to that. Now, at the end of my shows, and what I do every now and then, sometimes God will give me a word and it's called say less. And when he gives me a word, or if I'm reading something and I feel like I need to share with you all, that's where the say less words of the day come in. So I am going to afford Marquita that opportunity. So say Marquita, what's the word of the day?
The word of the day is hyphenated. Can I hyphenate a word? Can I bridge?
Baby, let's go. Explain it, break it down.
I was gonna say excuseless, but I don't know if that's good English. So no excuses.
No excuses.
You just don't get to give yourself a break, because life doesn't give you a break. Life keeps going, and so should you. No excuses. Like back to the find the one exercise that you gotta have, that you gotta do, that bridges the gap between
Mhm,
being in the gym or the yoga or the Pilates, whatever
mhm.
form of exercise you incorporate into your life. Find the one thing that takes all your excuses away, that you gotta do, that you gotta be consistent with, and just build from there. No excuses. I don't give
No
myself any
excuses.
excuses.
She is a for real. She's a for real fit girl. Like she's a real gym rat. Like she is. She is fitness. I
Yes.
am like flabbergasted.
I'll tell you two things I did to cement that for me. I got the wardrobe right. I went out and bought about 40 pair of
Yeah.
40 outfits. So I'm always cute in the gym. I have
Because
shoes for
when you
every,
look better, you can train better. When you look better, you
absolutely.
feel better, you train better.
It's an
I
event.
agree.
I show up for it. I show up for myself in
Good
all ways.
stuff.
And then I transitioned my hair into natural, so that I gave myself, again, no excuses.
No
It's not a
excuse.
bad hair day when you got locks, because they're consistent. So that helps me lend towards the no excuses and my consistency. Like What's your excuse today? Your hair, you didn't get a relaxer, you didn't, your curls are gonna fall.
Hmm.
Go get in the gym.
Now,
Get in
as
the
a
gym.
hairstylist, before we, that just came to me. As a hairstylist,
Hmm.
what besides? Okay, what if a person doesn't want to go natural? What would you suggest? Because we use hair as an excuse all the time. Could be
We
number
sure
one
do.
excuse.
We sure do. But I tell people, I always use the scenario of people say things like, well, everything was fine until I went to the doctor and I came out with all these conditions. No, baby, you went in with those conditions. You got a diagnosis.
Hmm.
So now you have a sudden change of life. You've got medications you got to take around the clock or on a schedule. All things that could have easily been prevented by a change in lifestyle.
Hmm.
So before it gets that far, be proactive about it. So I'll tell them, if you're getting ready to go into a fitness journey, understand you may have to do things differently with your hair. If you're relaxed, maybe going shorter and wearing it smooth. If it's natural, embrace other natural styles. And I'll tell my clients, as much as I enjoy you being in my chair, I'd rather hear that you made it to 100 years old sitting in somebody else's chair than staying in my chair and your heart gave out on you because you were too busy
Oh.
concerned about being vain. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, we're not doing that here.
Yeah.
I'll lose you as a client to gain you as a fitness buddy. So if I have to recommend you to somebody who can maintain a natural style for you so you can stay committed, then that's what I'll do. But
That's
while
some
you're
good
in my
stuff,
chair,
Marquita.
yeah, while you're in my chair, I'll make the best possible recommendations and give you all the benefits of the things I did when I had a relaxer. And a lot of my clients actually wore the style I had because I was able to train with it, where it was just shaved and just the long piece in the top.
Right.
Because you can see in my videos, I would pin curl that thing and tuck it and get right in there and work it out. And I could just wipe the sweat off the sides and unfurl that top and the curls just fall. So many of my clients adopted that hairstyle so that they could get in the gym and have
Hmm.
that, ability to work out and still maintain their
Good
aesthetic.
stuff. That's
Yeah.
good stuff. They said I don't need you at the client. Be my gym buddy anyway.
Listen, I want you here.
I
Let's be
know that's rare. I see as you get older, you start to your perspective changes about life,
absolutely
and you
what
realize
becomes
your
important.
and health has always been important. But
Absolutely.
I am so glad it's clicking for people. But I've
Hmm.
noticed that it's only clicking for people the older we get.
Yeah.
I
It's the
really would
benefit of
like that to
wisdom.
it click for your son right away. And then,
Yeah.
I love when I see especially teenage boys working out. But
Mhm.
as women, it doesn't click for us until we get older. And I don't know
Yeah.
why that is. It's like, oh my God, I get it. But I want, oh my God, to get it at 17, at
Exactly.
18. So by
Yeah.
the time we get in your 40s, you've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
You don't got to go hard, hard, hard all the time unless you're training for something. And
Right.
now it's just a lifestyle. And it's
It
just something that
absolutely
we do.
is.
We brush our teeth. I go to the gym like people brush their teeth.
I use that analogy all the time. I'm like, you're going to brush your teeth for as long as you want teeth. You're going to work out as long as you want
One
a healthy
teeth.
body.
That's true. I say brush your teeth as long as you want.
Seriously, when you decide you're done with teeth, start brushing them. It'll take care of itself.
It's like you want no more teeth. You start brushing them. You decide you want a great body. You got to start working on it.
You got to work on it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't brush your teeth for your body.
No.
No, you got to go put in the work for your body.
Absolutely.
That's some good stuff. I can't say what I want to say, but this is some good stuff. I'm gonna pull some nuggets from this. Oh my God, this is amazing, amazing. Thank you. You could have been
Absolutely.
anywhere else in the world doing anything, but you decided to sit down with me. And for that, I am forever grateful. So
Thank
thank
you
you
for having
for
me.
your time, for your presence, for your friendship over the years, and for you just
Absolutely.
being you, and for you being a fit chick. Like when you back here in Detroit, give me a call. I'm gonna put you
Oh,
to
we're going to
work.
hit the gym.
Please do. Please, please. I'm gonna have your bench right. I'm gonna get your bench right. Contact me when you get done. 'Cause I am like dead as serious. Contact me so we can get a workout in because I can rock with people like you that it
Yes.
clicks
Yes.
and we want to be there. I rocks with people like that.
Absolutely.
I got you. Thank you
Mhm.
again.
Thank you
I
for
had a
having me.
wonderful time
Yes.
and I can't wait to have you on when you become, I don't know, a fitness instructor. When you start competing, who knows?
Woo!
I'm just putting that out there because I see it. I'm just saying, you sit on it, and yeah,
Yes.
let the Lord use you.
All right. All right.
Lord use you. Thank you so much, and have a good
Absolutely.
night. Have a good night.
Thank
I'll see you.
you. Thank you.